Hey everyone, thanks for stopping by the movie Hangout. Well, the brand new trailer for Pet Sematary has just come out, so let's watch it and discuss.
In the woods today, LA discovered a charming little landmark.
The pet cemetery.
Place to bury our pets and remember them. Might seem scary, but it's not. Perfectly natural. Just like dying is natural.
The whole town's been using this place for generations. Folks make a kind of ritual out of it. It's not some campfire story.
Saw these in the trees up there.
They're warnings. The local tribes carved them before they fled. They feared that place. There's something up there. Something that dates way back. Those woods belong to something else. Something
That cat was dead.
that brings things back.
Church?
I know what you're thinking of doing. But they don't come back the same.
Daddy.
What's going on?
Hug your daughter. I should never have shown you that place. Your child is not the only thing that will come back. The barrier is broken.
We have a second chance.
Sometimes dead is better.
Okay, so my initial reaction to this is this actually might be a good remake because, in my opinion, the original Pet Cemetery movie was it really doesn't it hasn't aged very well. Let's just say that. The acting is kind of over the top, a little cheesy, and I don't know. It just hasn't aged well. So I think that provides a good opportunity for a remake. The same way the TV movie It has not aged very well. Even though it scared us as kids, when we watch it as an adult, it's not really scary. So that gave them a great opportunity to do a remake movie to actually make it kind of creepy. And I think that this could be the same, the kind of the same outcome as the movie It. And I think the movie looks great. I think the tone is on point, at least in the trailer. I like the dark, gloomy color of the film. I like the cinematography so far. The actors are really, really good, so I'm hopeful for that. It's going to be starring Jason Clarke. Jason Clarke is a fantastic actor. He's been in films like, I mean, he was in the Planet of the Apes movies, the remakes. Um, he was in the Terminator Genesis, which was not a good movie, but he's actually good. Zero Dark 30, he's known for. And he's been in just tons and tons of movies. He always gives a great performance, regardless if the movie's any good or not. John Lithgow, fantastic actor, amazing in The Crown. Great in Third Rock from the Sun. I mean, this guy can do television, movies, comedy, dramas, period pieces, you name it. He can do it. The only thing that criticism I have of John Lithgow in this movie is that he doesn't have a deep Massachusetts accent, which is a big part of that character, at least in the book, and also in the original movie. And I just it's just kind of like a more of a grittier feel, with that deep Massachusetts accent. But look, if you're an actor and you can't do a convincing accent, it's better just not to do it at all because then it becomes a distraction. Um, and so those two guys alone, I'm pretty hopeful for. The main difference that I'm seeing in the story here is that it looks like the daughter is the one that gets killed and then comes back resurrected, and not the little baby boy. In the original movie and also in the book, Gage, the little boy played by Miko Hughes, is the one who is hit by a semi, and then the father resurrects him in the pet cemetery, and then just everything falls apart after that. So it looks like they changed that around a little bit, but um, if you read Stephen King books, a lot of them do not translate very well to movies. I think it's just kind of the style that Stephen King writes in, and also, a movie is like a totally different medium for telling a story. So they don't always match up very well. So you always have to change something. One thing I noticed in this as well is that it shows the children wearing different masks, different animal faces. It kind of reminds me of the movie The Wicker Man, and also different pagan rituals. And so I think that's really interesting. I would bet that the director or directors, there's two people that are co-directing this. Kevin Kolsch, which I'm pretty sure I mispronounced that, and then Dennis Widmeyer. I looked up these guys' IMDb's. They really haven't done much. They've just done a couple independent horror movies. But those two guys are working together, directing this film, and I'm pretty sure that they're drawing inspiration from past horror movies, and so they put that in there because it is pretty creepy, kids doing that. But I'm pretty hopeful for it. I think it looks pretty cool. They even brought back the font, that the lettering style that Stranger Things is using, that actually goes all the way back to the late 70s, early 80s of Stephen King's novels. It's the same font style on the titles of all of his books. So I think that's pretty cool. They're even doing that as well. I thought the cat church, the resurrected cat, looks really good. They picked a different type of cat. It's not a black cat or a dark gray cat like in the original movie, and it's kind of more of like this just everyday wholesome cat that you would get that normally wouldn't look creepy. And I think it's kind of cool how it's like all its hair's all matted, and if you look at its face, it's just a little bit off. And I think they did that with CGI to kind of look like to kind of make it look like the cat was killed by being hit by a car, and so when it was brought back to life, it's still not like, its body's still kind of broken in a way, and it's being inhabited by this demon. And another thing that I love about this is that, and this is a part that I love in the book, and if you ever get a chance to read the book, I would read it. In the book, they focus heavily on the actual woods itself, and also this ancient pagan demon spirit of the woods, that inhabits it. And the old man and the father actually encounter this demon spirit in different ways. And that demon spirit is said to be the one that actually inhabits the bodies of people buried on the Indian burial ground. And so it looks like in the trailer here, they touch more on that. It shows them interacting in the forest and kind of hearing things and seeing symbols written on the trees that were left by the Native Americans as warnings for this demon spirit. And that's a huge element that adds to the creepiness and also like just kind of the demonic force that is actually in the Indian burial ground. So I think that's pretty cool. So I would say, I think I'm going to give this one a chance. I really am. The remakes that I've been seeing lately, the remake trailers, they look pretty decent, as opposed to some of the ones we've seen in the last 5-6 years that have just been totally crap. So what do you guys think about the trailer? Do you think it looks pretty good? Do you think that it's going to be a great addition to the Pet Sematary franchise? Do you think that it's going to resurrect it in many ways? And Are you gonna actually go see it? Let me know, comment below, and if you want to get future rants, reviews, and original content, click subscribe. Later.